bio. So if you want to check them out, hey, Systematically White, stop requesting on my platform, bro. I'm not gonna let you out ever. I'll talk to white nationalists. That's a live thing. I don't do that. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Decent. How about you?
Doing well. Have you had some water?
Do I have some water?
Have you had some water?
A little bit, not much.
Drink some water, buddy.
Does my throat sound raspy?
No, if water's good for you.
Okay.
You're supposed to start your morning hydrating.
I had a protein shake, if that counts for anything, after doing some push-ups.
Nah, it doesn't. He said,
well, I've talked to this No Rads before, but I'd be...
This No Rads?
Yeah.
Sheesh.
He's very emotional. Very.
You talk to your mom like that?
So you're just going to get her 2 cents of it without me giving mine, first off.
I don't want your 2 cents.
I mean, I matter.
I don't really need your 2 cents. I don't need you to give me a top story about something that happened to you long, long ago. Just tell me what you came up here to talk about, Frank.
What do you think about the new Kamala Fox interview? Have you watched it?
Nah, I don't have any reason to watch it.
Why wouldn't you watch it? Aren't you voting for her?
What does that mean? So it means I have to watch it, listen to every single thing that she says?
No, but it might give you some insight into how she responds to questions.
I already know how she responds to questions. I followed her all the way through Senate.
Well, I would just advise you to watch it. I would advise anyone.
And I already said no.
And your reason is just because you know enough?
Correct. She has a long track record of being very successful in all 3 branches of the government.
Yeah, it sounds like you don't want to watch it.
I said that. It sounds like it because that's what I said.
Well, did you watch the debate?
Of course I watched the debate. She skull drugged that motherfucker. It was glorious. Probably one of the best debate performances in presidential debate history. And that's why he wouldn't debate her again. He knew what the fuck was up. She's a prosecutor, for God's sakes.
You think Joe Biden cognitively has declined?
I don't give a shit about Joe Biden. I didn't vote for Joe Biden.
I'm not asking if you voted for him. I'm asking if you think...
I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
Based off your observations.
No, I don't make observations. I don't diagnose people watching them on TV. That's weird, bro.
It's weird.
Yes, it's very weird. It's odd. It's very odd behavior for people that don't have medical degrees to try to diagnose people.
All right, well, your friend No Rads can call me emotional and stuff. I mean, sure, she's not diagnosing.
Well, no, that is pointing out somebody's pointing out somebody's state of being, right? So that's an observation, huh?
Oh, look at it!
Because it has nothing to do with cognitive abilities.
Doing it now.
No, there's no difference.
One of them is a medical diagnosis, right? And the other one is pointing out somebody's emotions.
So you wouldn't say Trump is cognitively declining or cognitively like...
I'm not a doctor. I don't know.
Okay, so you can't speak to his mental capacities then.
No, I can't. But I've never thought that he was very bright.
Oh. So
I mean, here, I'll just give you an example. I'll give you an example. Oh, sorry. Let me pause that. Let me just give you an example. And then you tell me what the fuck is being said here.
President Trump, you talked about how the increase in the price of food, gas, and rent is hurting families. But the real cost that's breaking families' backs and preventing women from participating in the workforce is childcare. Childcare is now more expensive than rent for working families and is costing the economy more than $122 billion a year, making it one of the most urgent economic issues that is facing our country. In fact, the cost of childcare is outpacing the cost of inflation, with the majority of American families of young children spending more than 20% of their income on childcare. One thing that Democrats and Republicans have in common is that both parties talk a lot about what they're going to do to address the childcare crisis, but neither party has delivered meaningful change. If you win in November, can you commit to prioritizing legislation to make childcare affordable? And if so, what specific piece of legislation will you advance?
Well, I would do that, and we're sitting down. You know, I was somebody, we had Senator Marco Rubio, and my daughter Ivanka was so impactful on that issue. It's a very important issue, but I think when you talk about the kind of numbers that I'm talking about, that, because look, childcare is childcare. There's something, you have to have it. In this country, you have to have it. But when you talk about those numbers compared to the kind of numbers that I'm talking about by taxing foreign nations at levels that they're not used to, but they'll get used to it very quickly. And it's not going to stop them from doing business with us, but they'll have a very substantial tax when they send product into our country. Those numbers are so much bigger than any numbers that we're talking about, including childcare, that it's going to take care. We're going to have, I look forward to having no deficits within a fairly short period of time, coupled with the reductions that I told you about on waste and fraud and all of the other things that are going on in our country, because I have to stay with childcare. I want to stay with childcare, but those numbers are small relative to the kind of economic numbers that I'm talking about, including growth, but growth also headed up by what the plan is that I just told you about. We're going to be taking in trillions of dollars, and as much as childcare is talked about as being expensive, it's relatively speaking not very expensive compared to the kind of numbers we'll be taking in. We're going to make this into an incredible.
Bro, what the fuck is he talking about?
Yeah, I'll admit it was a little word salady, a little confusing to listen to. No different than most.
Never. Oh no, here I got you. Let's compare it. Let's look at this comparatively. Let's look at this comparatively.
Well, when you pull up a clip that you like,
let's look at this comparatively. No, I don't have them already loaded. I this is YouTube, bro.
Yeah. Well,
like I said, I listen and watch plenty of these things, and I see how ridiculous. I see how ridiculous one is compared to the other. One has actual plans, right? And the other one has no actual plans. He just says a bunch of shit that makes no sense.
Kamala still blames Trump for
pointing their fingers at
failings
each
of her
other,
administration.
demeaning
Yeah,
people.
absolutely.
And that,
We should blame him for the
it's
things
a
that he's
big
responsible
contrast
for.
to this
The high
election.
gas prices, the
This
loss of
election is
thousands of
taking place
legacy
in
farmers.
Repealing his border policies.
What?
Like
His
her
border
repealing his
policies
border
were
policies.
They didn't do anything.
Yeah, they didn't do shit. He didn't have any
he
border
just-
policies. He never passed any
Yeah.
border legislation.
Yeah, to detain the people coming across to stay in
Talking
Mexico.
about-
She
Yeah,
repealed
Yeah, no, that
Yeah.
was deemed unconstitutional by the Supreme Court, bro. What? Thank you for the VR goggles. Yeah,
Even then,
they
if you look at
they
the-
literally said that it was inhumane.
If you look at the crossings at the start of Remain in Mexico, it started around like 2019, and then it had a giant spike right after.
Correct.
And
During
then it
Trump's
went down during
presidency.
COVID. The Remain in Mexico policy was useless and unconstitutional, and that's why the Supreme
Why was it
Court-
passed anyway? Why was
It wasn't passed. It was never a piece of legislation. It was an executive order.
Well, then how can it be deemed unconstitutional if it was passed?
That's not passed. It was an executive order. Do you know what an executive order is?
I do, but you're
So then it
saying
wasn't passed. Nobody voted on it.
All right, well, we'll see who wins November 5th.
Bro, shut up.
Bro just quit.
I know. He just gave up.
It's because I wasn't saying anything. Otherwise, he was gonna start yelling at me. Because
Hey, yo, I got to restart, y'all. I got a content violation already.
For what?
Fucking fine now.
Him being emotional.
Y'all reporting people early in the morning already. Like this shit. Y'all be on some weirdo shit, man. I'll be right back.
Okay, bye. Hello again.
Welcome back. Hey guys, why don't we put a dent in our subscription goal today?
Right?
That would be dope. Like, we're so far away from our 1,500, it's crazy.
Hey.
Good morning, how are you? Oh, sorry, I don't know if anybody sent any donations this morning. I forgot to look. Skippy did. Thank you, Skippy. We can always count on Skippy. Skippy's that guy.
I know, we love
Yo,
Skippy.
Jones, why'd you leave me on red?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I picked Florida since you probably don't have enough cash to go anywhere else.
What do you mean? What makes you think that?
We were DMs the other day. You left me on red.
Oh, probably because you didn't respond in time. Do you know how many DMs I get every day, bro?
Oh, God.
Hundreds of
Probably
them.
not that. Probably
Actually,
not that
Cole.
many.
Actually, Cole, I just want to tell you, he didn't leave you on red. Like,
He did.
there it is. He read it.
I'll take a screenshot.
Cole, did you come to...
You wanted to Snapchat him, you fucking weirdo.
Yeah, no
That's
thank you.
weird.
Yeah, I don't
That's
have a Snapchat.
probably why he didn't respond.
Yeah, I
to
don't
you.
have a
You
Snapchat.
wanted to
Like,
know
what
his
am I,
Snapchat.
14?
That's so weird.
Let's snap,
That is
bruh.
so weird.
I don't have a Snapchat. Who has Snapchat? Bro, I'm in my 40s. Like, what the fuck I look like being on Snapchat? Thank you for the VR goggles,
I
Leslie.
know. You're way behind the times, but it's okay.
No, people stop using Snapchat unless they're like,
Yeah, they're like children.
There we go.
Like children
I'm
use
20.
Snapchat. It makes sense. It makes sense that a Trump supporter would be using Snapchat that is mostly children. It makes sense.
Who said I was a Trump supporter?
Yeah, it makes sense.
you did.
You did, Cole.
Who said I was a Trump supporter?
Okay, Cole, you're boring me already. If you're a MAGA supporter, send in a request.
I wouldn't have answered him either if he's like, yeah, what's your Snapchat? I was like, you fucking creeper. None of your business. That's what it is. How do you have so many emails?
Mm-hmm. Somebody said I love Snapchat.
You would. I mean, I have Snapchat.
Oh man.
I have Snapchat because I sit down with my 5-year-old and we play like with the face filters. You know, like the rainbow throw up one. She loves that. But she's 5. So.
Somebody said Cole's trying to send me a D pic. That's crazy. It wouldn't be the first
wouldn't-
time though.
You wouldn't even be able to see it.
Mushroom cap. Where's Alina when you need her?
For
With the
visuals.
mushroom cap pictures.
For the visuals. She's in the comments. If she was.
Dan, stop talking about yourself like that. No, Alina, I wasn't telling you to come up. I wasn't telling you to come up. Because y'all already know. If all of y'all come up, then, you know what I'm saying? Like, the Trump supporters aren't going to come up. They're going to be like, oh, you just want to have an echo chamber and you just want to jump on our heads. And do all of this other weird shit. You know they love crying.
No, Raz, you look very different.
Oh, we got another coonery. We got some more coonery in the chat. Can I get some raccoons in the chat? And white people, I am not talking to you.
Why do you think I look different?
I don't know. It looks like you changed something. I just can't
I
tell what
did.
it is.
I did. I'm not blonde anymore.
Of course he didn't accept my request. Yo, black men literally, especially the ones that vote for Trump, are in fact the weakest fucking link. Just weak. Just spineless shitbags.
Your messages or something else.
Are they? I don't ever look at them, so I wouldn't know. I read almost zero messages unless it's from somebody I know.
Oh,
Sometimes you don't even look at mine.
you called me the other day, but I was in class.
I'm not talking to you right now, bro.
Who, me?
Yeah, you're.
Because I called you 3 times, my guy, on 3 different days. You ain't answered once. Nor texted me back. Nothing. That is not how you treat your father.
Monday when you called me, I was at work.
Okay, you could have texted me. That's fine, though. Next time you call and you're like, Dad, can you send me money for lunch or books or some shit? Like, not this motherfucker calling me while I'm on live. Stop, man.
Stuff like that, you just gotta ask me. Well, he's on live, because you know he's not gonna answer. Or he's gonna text me and tell me to send it to you.
Not this Mancini calling people soft when he jumped out the box. Kamala, what's up?
I just called him back and he didn't answer.
Yeah, he's
I can't deal with you.
stupid.
Oh my god, you had almost 1,000 emails. You're down to 715.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know.
I don't think this Kamala Reddit person is about to say anything, because I've said hey like multiple times and they ain't said nothing back.
I need you to verify your LinkedIn later.
You talking to me?
No, I was talking to this Kamala Reddit person, but you can go ahead since we were waiting on them. What's up?
Oh, okay. Yeah, just jumping in here. Yeah, so, like, you want my age and all that stuff?
I don't care. As long as you're over the age of 18, I'm fine with it.
Oh, you don't care?
Yeah, provided you're over the age of 18.
Yeah, I'm good.
Got that MAGA mobile, I see.
Yeah.
Is
I'm-
this Tim
I'm
Wall's
flexible.
son/daughter?
Yeah, I'm trying to work it out.
Hey, they finally realized on YouTube that unless it's a super chat, I don't read it. So they'd be paying me to say dumb shit that I'm not gonna respond to anyway. I don't even have the chat. Like, you can filter the chats from to only see the ones that are paid for. But that's not even funny. Like, that's not even worth. Not even worth responding to. Player got that MAGA mobile out here.
Can you hear me now?
I can.
Yeah.
And I put him in a timeout so he can't say shit else. What's up, man? Hey, listen,
Well, I'm from
you got to go
Georgia.
to the Denny's manager. Hear me out. You got to go to the Denny's manager, right? And tell him the Wi-Fi is fucking up. Tell him to unplug and then replug back in the router, or just like smack it a couple of times.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
All right. So, like, yesterday, let's see, it's Wednesday. Georgia started early voting on Tuesday. Tuesday.
Yeah, 2 days ago.
And I'm from Georgia. I voted for Trump, and I tell you what, man, the turnout for early voting was off the chart. I think we had a record turnout for early voting.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, so you ran out there to make sure that you tried to install fascism in our country, yeah?
Yeah, I did my civic duty, and I voted like we're allowed to by our Constitution for our representatives. And
Yeah.
I voted for Donald J. Trump. Yes.
Yeah, the person who said, if you vote this time, you'll never have to vote again. My man said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get up early on Tuesday, and I'm going to go vote for a grapist. And then patted himself on the back afterwards. Like, that's a good job, man. Woo!
Yeah. Well, in 2015, he ran on draining the swamp.
And never did it. As a matter of fact, he brought the swamp with him. That's why, like, all the people that were around him got arrested.
Right.
Yeah. I really like it because in 2019, he put $500 million into Gitmo. You see, $500 million into expanding Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. And Joe Biden ran on closing it down. Joe Biden
didn't run on closing down Guantanamo Bay.
Oh, yes, it did.
No,
yes,
he
he
didn't.
did. You go look at what he talked about in
Yeah,
2020.
no, he didn't.
He said he'd close down Guantanamo Bay. He said he'd close it down. Guess
Hold
what?
on. You ran out to vote early for the guy who will release 5,000 Taliban members. And then those Taliban members are the same people that unalived the 13 American soldiers during the pullout. They're literally the same people. The ones that he
Who
released?
was president? Who was president during the poll?
Who negotiated that release?
How many? I mean,
Who did negotiated the release?
Well, the plan was put.
Who negotiated the pullout? And who did he negotiate it with?
The government of Afghanistan, which is the
Taliban. Wrong.
Wrong.
Wrong. They were not the government of Afghanistan at the time.
Just like
no, he released those people and they became the government of Taliban.
Mexico.
Yeah, the cartel. The cartel. The cartel is well managed by Mexico in most places. What are you talking about? Yeah, y'all never know. Y'all literally never know anything that you're talking about ever. Like literally ever. You guys live in the fucking upside down. Just be quiet. Just be quiet. You haven't said a truthful thing since you've been up here.
It's just like the Fortune 500 companies that run DC and this.
All right. The Fortune 500 companies that Trump gave a bunch of tax breaks to. The ones that have literally been lining his pockets. Those ones. Like, y'all literally never know anything. Trump can't invest money into Guantanamo Bay either. That would have to come from Congress.
He signed an executive order to keep it open indefinitely, but Obama's the one that started trying to close it down. All Biden did was send a Moroccan home who hadn't had charges pressed against him in 19 years.
Yeah, so they only ended up spending 124 million.
See what happens when you're a low info voter.
Right.
And
that should, like, literally, you know what's so dumb about this? Is the same Trump supporters will be like, there was no new wars under Trump. You know what I'm saying? We just want peace. We want to get out of all the other countries. And then turn around and brag about building a prison camp for prisoners of war. Make it make sense. And what they don't even realize is those joints are going to end up being prison cells for American citizens.
Yeah. So I have a Cash App from Kanan. Thank you for the Cash App. And their comment was, should we trust the polls because I'm terrified?
Nah. Polls have been wrong the last, 3 elections. I don't like people spamming the chat. Please stop doing that shit. Shit is annoying. Now you can't talk at all.
I think when Donald Trump said he wanted to drain the swamp, he was talking about his administration.
Probably.
And I think that's what he meant. And that's why they all went to jail.
How's it going?
What's that?
I just got one real quick thing before I get back to work. I heard you say earlier that the Remain in Mexico policy was executive order.
Get back to work. What's up? Thank you, Alexandra. W. Alexandra in the chat. What is up with these people with the Reddit names keep coming up here and not saying anything?
Somebody has probably posted for them to come and annoy you.
All right, hold on.
So don't let anybody up with a Reddit name.
Gotcha. Here, let me do this for you.
What's up, my brother?
What's up?
Hey, Bone.
Hey, what's up? What's up, nephew? I've been blocking quite a few people, just to let you know. There's another group running up in here, reporting a lot, just to give you info.
Of course I am.
So,
Tell me when I can use cuss words again.
All right.
I can only hold them in for so long, though.
Well, I'll just tell you this. There's about 5
Okay.
right now, so I'm gonna keep it on. I'm gonna keep doing what I do.
Oh, wow. Chris sent 10 what is that? Chris Mountain Gardner sent 10 subscriptions.
Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate you.
Big up, man.
What was shit, man?
I'm gonna go ahead and get back out of the way. I just want to let you know. But
All right,
I'm gonna keep getting them out of here.
Appreciate you. Yo, this joint is all
right, let's close out your browser and go make this Amazon wish list. Guys, I'm making an Amazon wish list right now for an elementary school because every year they try to give these kids like essentially school dollars for doing kind deeds and actively participating and being like good stewards of the school. And then when it comes to the holiday time, they're allowed to take these school bucks and they go to like this little holiday shop and they get to buy presents for their family members. Like, it's so cute and I love it. So I'm making an Amazon wish list for them. And you'll be able to go to the Amazon wish list. It'll be in Mr. Jones's Linktree and mine. And you can get stuff for them to put in their store. So these cute little elementary school kids can go and get presents for their family members and bring them home for the holidays. And it's going to go directly to the
bucks.
school.
Yeah, they get little bucks, right? For being, for completing assignments on time, for, being well behaved, for leadership qualities, so on and so forth. And then at Christmas time, they get to spend the bucks to buy Christmas gifts for their family members, because a lot of these families at this particular school that we're doing this program for, they don't have a lot of money for, holidays and Christmas and stuff like that. So help us out, y'all. I told y'all, like, this is what we do. This is the shit that we do.
I got to message Nicole about the other thing.
Yeah.
So, quick question. Earlier, you talked about how the Remain in Mexico policy was
Bro, you just chose another account to come up and, say the same thing.
Let me ask a question, dude. Stop running away.
I'm not running away. We've already talked about it.
You said it was deemed unconstitutional. It wasn't.
It was.
No, it wasn't. Prove it. Pull it up.
So, the policy was initially ended by the Biden administration after some legal battles. The Supreme Court of the United States ruled on June 30th, 2022 in Biden v. Texas that the administration had the authority to end the policy. In December 2022, however, a federal judge blocked the Biden administration from ending the program. And then Remain in Mexico was widely criticized by being a human rights organizations for exposing migrants to attacks while they awaited processing. So it went back to the courts again.
You're talking about two different things here.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about Remain in Mexico. I can show it to you on the goddamn screen.
It was administrative law that removed it. It was not It was not deemed unconstitutional. It was ruled in 2022 June on 5-4. It was not deemed unconstitutional.
That's in Biden versus Texas.
You could talk about these.
That was in Biden versus Texas.
No. It was in 7 states. So Texas, Missouri, and there were a few other states.
Missouri is not a border state.
Or not Missouri.
Get out of here, bro. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Did he really?
7 states don't even border our southern border.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I haven't done it yet. I'm doing it right now, Andrea. I work and hang out with you guys at the same time.
I literally read it out line for line from the DHS website. The Supreme Court ruled Thursday in a 5-4 decision that the Biden administration can repeal the Trump administration migrant protection protocols, which was from Trump, did not come out of the Senate, right? Commonly known as the Remain in Mexico policy, reversing a lower court ruling because they deemed it a human rights violation. Did I say unconstitutional? I did say that. It was a human rights violation. So I'll concede on that. It was a human rights violation. And imagine all of these people that swear up and down that they're Christians, you know what I'm saying, wanting people locked up or, you know what I'm saying, attacked at the border. Thank you for the VR goggles.
So weird.
Do I do formal debates? Absolutely. Absolutely, I do formal debates. But they have to be planned through my manager. You can find their information in my bio.
Hey, first of all, I want to thank y'all for allowing me in.
There's a couple on there on YouTube, Truth. Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry, Johnny, go ahead.
You have a great platform, and I appreciate, the open dialogue that you're able to have when you're able to have it with a MAGA representative. But I would like to know, or I wish that y'all would just discuss what I think I see is happening, because we all see that DJT is becoming mentally unstable.
I don't make those types of diagnoses,
well,
brother.
I'm just saying. I just went back, honest to goodness. I went back and I just looked at all the different, mannerisms, how he changed differently. So they either given him something to make him alert long enough.
That wasn't me.
Me either.
I just wanted to be clear.
On.
It wasn't me.
Carla, thank you so much for the $5. But I don't want, you know what I'm saying? I'm not that type of person. I'm not going to be the, you know what I'm saying, the one talking about people's cognitive decline and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a doctor. So I'm not going to make those types of assertions or assertions, sorry. Oh, Brandon left. I was about to say, you can talk to him, Quentin. I didn't want to talk to him again. I did not want to talk to him again. Hey, guys, what the hell? Do you see the likes?
Ooh. Guys, what are you doing?
How somebody call me a hypocrite? because I said that I don't want to talk about his cognitive abilities? I didn't talk about Biden's either. I'm not a doctor.
Yeah, if you guys are reporting, don't report the comments. Don't report the guests. We got it. We know. All you do is hurt the live. You have a clicker? Okay. The clickers aren't really working too great right now. I saw you the first time, so I think you're just spamming. Good morning, Katie's.
What? William, you clearly don't know how primaries work. Donald Trump didn't even participate in a single primary debate. So if you want to talk about selected candidate, didn't think that he had to. He was above, you know what I'm saying, all of the rest of the presidential candidates that actively participated in the debate. But candidates are chosen by delegates, not by the people. By delegates. It's always been that way. There's been multiple presidential candidates that didn't participate in the primaries at all. It's amazing. It is amazing. It is baffling how little you guys know about how our government works. Baffling. It's like complete insanity. Like, did any of you go to school? Now, are our schools honestly that bad? Like red states, boy. Red states. Y'all might as well just phone it in from here on out. Like, y'all are literally about to eliminate the middle class entirely. I guarantee you that if Donald Trump wins the election, I put this on everything I love. You could stamp it. You know what I'm saying? We can record this and come back and look at it 2 years later. I guarantee you guys, after he implements these tariffs and things of that nature, you guys aren't going to be able to afford anything.
Nothing.
Anything. After they cut your Social Security benefits and your SNAP benefits and your Medicare and Medicaid, they're gonna be nothing but unhoused people. After you get rid of 15 million, we don't even have 15 million undocumented immigrants. But after he gets rid of all of these undocumented people that he wants to get rid of, and none of the farms can operate anymore, and none of the restaurants can operate anymore, and none of the infrastructure is being built any longer. Like, you guys don't use your brains at all. Great Depression status all over again. Carol, thank you so much. You guys that own small businesses won't be able to afford any of the things that it takes to run your small business anymore. Don't pray for me. Y'all aren't, listen. Don't pray for me. First of all, I don't know who the fuck y'all are praying to.
Me either.
It ain't the Jesus of the Bible, so I don't know who the fuck y'all are praying to. Don't pray for me. Like, literally, the Bible tells us that the devil cometh not but to kill, steal, and destroy. If I were to look at, you know what I'm saying, Trump's overall, life, not just in politics, but his overall life, right? If I was to look at his overall life, he's stolen from everybody. He's destroyed every company he's ever been a part of. And in terms of the unaliving part, bro got into office and dropped more bombs than the previous two presidents combined. He dropped an historical amount of bombs. Unaliving people all in Yemen. You know what I'm saying? In Syria. I'm just talking about. And then before he leaves office, after he realizes he loses, has 13 people put to death at the federal level. Called up the Attorney General of the United States and said, who can we execute? Literally. Who can we execute? That is psychotic. Psychotic. Dane, thank you so much for the $25. W, Dane. I appreciate you. Y'all are the least godly people, the least Christian people, the least ethical, the least moral people that I could possibly imagine. Diva Designs, thank you so much for the $50. You're amazing. Big W, Diva. And do it with no shame. With no shame whatsoever. That's the scary part. That's the scary part. You have no shame. No shame. And this is literally how Hitler was able to come into power. Literally how Hitler was able to come into power. He blamed everything on immigrants. Everything on immigrants and Marxists and socialists. Everything. He told them that Germany was falling and everything was going to be destroyed, and he was the only one that could save Germany. And you know how many people I've watched type in there, Trump's the only person that can save America. Y'all are sick. The Schnazis were a cult of personality. That's one of the biggest tenets of fascism. You're not well. You are not well. Like, look at this. This is how dumb they are. He saved Kodak. Do you think anybody gives a fuck about Kodak? You're sycophants. Nobody gives a fuck about Kodak. Fuck about Mushmouth. Y'all is not well.
He wasn't even out for that long. He went back to jail right after.
Hello? Hi. Oh, yesterday I tried to come up here because it was my birthday and I thought talking to you, Jones, would be a great birthday gift for me. But this is what I want to say. I came up here to say thank you. I've learned so much by watching your podcast, by watching this thing. And
well, happy belated birthday. I'm sorry that you weren't able to get up yesterday.
Thank you. You taught me about socialism, communism, fascism. I'm an old lady, and I was never paid any of that in mind. But right now, this election is so important to me, and I just want to say thank you because you are teaching a lot of people on this airways, and don't get discouraged from these people, okay?
I appreciate you. Well,
all right,
again, happy birthday again.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Bye.
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 Luke, what's up? If you're not learning, if you aren't learning from me, it's one of two things, right? Maybe three things. You're a racist, right? So you're not hearing any of the things that I'm saying, right? Two, you don't understand the things that I'm saying. They're going over your head. Or three, right? You have an amygdala response and your body or your brain is not able to receive the information. You guys don't even know how your own government operates.
Hey, I wanted to correct you on one thing. Hitler and the Nazis were...
You're not allowed to say either of those things.
Oh, my bad. Well, however you want to say that, they were a type of socialism.
No, they were not. No, they were not. So no, they were not.
The name stands for National Socialism.
Hey, let me ask you... Yeah, great. Luke, let me ask you a question. Are the Democratic People's Republic of Korea... Are they democratic?
No.
No, exactly. So, and literally, I can verbatim, word for word, and I'm going to read you the poem. Luke, please be quiet. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm going to read you the poem.
I'm a political science major.
Then you are failing miserably.
I'm not, because
you are failing miserably. No, it was not. They were fascist.
They were not. Fascism is completely different.
Paleogenic ultranationalism is what?
You said what?
Exactly. You are not a political science major, bro.
I am.
Y'all just be lying for the sake of fucking lying.
Lying about anything. Nazism literally stands for national.
Okay,
you're an idiot.
Luke, you gotta say Schnazi and Schittler. You can't say it.
I'm going to read this really quickly. This was written by Martin Niemöller, right? It's a poem from a person who was, he obviously, you know what I'm saying, was in the Schmolocast. He had to escape the Schmolocast, right? He said, first they came for the communist, but I did not speak because I was not a communist. Then they came for the socialist, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. And then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. And then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak out for me. The very first people that Hitler unalived were communists and socialists. And then after that, he went after disabled people. And then after that, he went after queer people. And then after that, he went after the Jewish people. Liam, they were not socialists. You have no idea what you're talking about whatsoever.
Can I ask a question?
He put it in a name because he knew that it would get the people to rally behind him. He was a fascist. He unalived all of the socialists. Those were the very first people to die. And whatever school you're going to, your professor needs to be fired, and you need a refund. Go ahead, Quentin.
Yeah, you said that they were socialists. Can you tell me
what socialism is?
No. Who the party was started by? Luke.
He doesn't know he's muted. Too down.
I sent you an invite to unmute. Just tell me who the party was started by.
What party? The Nazi party?
You can't say that.
For the fucking love of God.
Okay, I can say what the fuck I want.
You can get off the panel then. Bye. It's TikTok terms of service. So no,
For community guidelines.
They'd be lying about everything, bro. Everything. Literally everything. He read that somewhere in a meme, and now he's pretending he's a political science major.
Mm-hmm.
Well, just to clarify, it was started by small businessmen and artisans.
Correct.
And they rejected Marxism.
Correct.
And they they wanted the quote unquote common good, but only for German people.
This is the dummy that said he freed Kodak. Like anybody gives a fuck about Kodak.
You don't like Kodak?
Fuck no. I don't listen to that garbage.
Damn, that's crazy.
Why does it sound like you got balls in your mouth?
Am I muffled a little bit there?
No, it just sounds like you're chewing on rocks.
Don't project. If you like balls in your mouth, don't project it on other people. That's odd.
He doesn't.
Well,
that shit don't bother me.
Well, that's odd. First thing for you to say. That's pretty odd. But
no, I don't know. Is it just me, or does it always sound like they have like a lot of spit in their mouth or something? Or is it just me?
Yeah. No, it's not just you.
Well, spit and balls are two different things. But carry on.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just weird. It's
fair.
the dip. Oh, is that what it is?
No, sir. I don't do any form of tobacco.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Anyway, yeah. So it's not just me. Okay, it's not just me. All right, go ahead, bro. What is it you wanted to say?
Well, I got invited up on the panel. I didn't know. I just couldn't click it.
So you could ask me about Kodak?
Well, I mean, I have a serious question. So I see on Kamala's policies, she wants the $25,000 for first-time home buyers, to kind of get that going in the right direction. And then also you have the agenda for black men for the loans. I think there's 1 million loans up to $20,000. Where's that money coming from? I mean, and I know people say, well, the tax on the ultra wealthy, that's where that tax is going to come from, but we're also going to get tax cuts in the middle class. So that'll kind of even out. I mean, so I don't understand where that money's coming from. I know we gave out a lot of money during COVID. And I think that kind of put us in the position that we're currently in.
I mean, somewhat, but not really. There's many more things prior to that. I mean, do you know how much Trump had increased the national deficit before COVID?
Yes, I'm aware. I mean, I don't know the exact.
Do you know how much it was?
Do
you know how much it was?
It's like
$6.8 trillion. You know why?
Right, but was that without COVID though? Wasn't it
Yeah,
with,
this
like
no,
9
this
with
before.
COVID?
Yeah, with COVID, it was almost 9. Yeah.
Right,
So
yeah. So
Biden isn't up to 7. They said it may cost 7 trillion over the course of the next 10 years. Some of the plans that he implemented, but there's no way to tell.
well,
So
yeah, no, I understand
Biden is
that.
only
I
at
don't
4
agree.
and some change. So Biden's only at 4 and some change because the other policies haven't been implemented yet. But here, this is the question that I'm asking you, right? When you cut taxes for the ultra wealthy, right, but increase our spending, what does that do?
I mean, it puts us in a larger deficit.
Right. And when we have a larger deficit, what does the Fed do?
Probably spikes the
When we're
rates.
putting out a bunch of money, but we don't have enough income, what does the Fed do?
They're going to spike interest rates.
Yes.
Yeah, I understand that, but I'm saying, I'm talking about, for the future administration. I mean, I don't agree with everything Donald Trump wants to do and does and says and this, that, the third.
Yeah, but the reason that we've been struggling, you know what I'm saying, COVID included, right? Because he knew about COVID in November of 2019, right? He lied about it for several months, withheld PPE, critical PPE for states, right? Sent PPE and testing to Russia for Putin's and his friends' personal use, right? Lied to the American citizens and told them there was nothing to worry about. It'd be gone in a couple of weeks. Had people not wearing masks and shit like that. And over, you know what I'm saying? Over 1 million people died. When we literally could have quarantined immediately, right? Quarantined immediately and then gradually open back up. But no, fuck it. Oh, we need to get businesses back open. We need to get people back moving. For what? For what? So that for more rich people to be rich?
Yeah, I mean, I understand that, but I mean,
And then to top it all off, bro, in March of 2020, gas or oil prices shit the bed. They were at negative $40 a barrel. And what do you think his friends came to Mar-a-Lago and asked him to do?
I couldn't tell you.
To get OPEC to cut oil production. So Trump goes to OPEC and tells the Saudi Arabians, if you don't cut oil production, I'm going to remove all military protections from you. And made a 2-year...
saying something about that yesterday.
What?
So I think I caught you saying something about that yesterday. You said like 6 months probably would have been fine, but dragging it out 2 years or so.
It's crazy, bro. And so then the oil companies made record profits. So you know what they decided to do again in 2022 once the deal had expired?
What's up?
Did it again. Cut oil production again. Because they realized that they could make a killing this way. Lower cost in producing, right? Because now you don't have to produce as much. So you've lowered your cost and you can justify increasing the pricing. Because now there's a lower global supply, right? And a higher demand. So that's why we drill more oil now than ever in American history. But we don't have any oil refineries. And why don't we have oil refineries, Tyler?
I couldn't tell you.
Because Trump lost them while he was in office. 16 oil refineries, including the largest one in Port Arthur, Texas.
Yeah, that's no good. But I just want to go back to the point. I mean, where are we getting this money from?
What happens? Hold on. So what happens to the cost of goods, not just in America, but everywhere? Gas prices, all of that stuff. What happens?
I mean, they're all going to go up.
They're all going to go up. They're all going to go up. So in terms of like where the money is going to come from, if we increase taxes back to a reasonable rate for the ultra wealthy, which, they've already had people, people come out and speak on this, like Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett said that if all of the corporations, the top 500, Fortune 500, top 500 corporations in the United States paid their fair share in taxes, that not a single American citizen would have to pay taxes. personal income taxes, federal income taxes. Not a single person.
Someone says my question was already answered.
Yeah, don't worry about that, bro.
Yeah, it wasn't, but sure. But yeah, I mean, I think, I mean, we're still going to have to pay taxes, but
we would have to pay like property taxes and things like that.
I mean, I'm saying like they're just not going to take away our taxes. Like the government is greed. I mean, they're going to still make.
They did after the Great Depression.
Yeah, it's 2024.
Yeah, but it proves that if you charge the corporations a responsible tax rate, that you can build the middle class. That's why after the World War II, we built the strongest middle class in the world. And ever since then, the Republican Party has been going out of their way to dismantle the middle class. To remove all of the programs created to hold the middle class up, so that they are so reliant and then brainwash these fucking people into thinking that it's smaller government. Literally brainwashing you into giving up your rights. Brainwashing you into handing your rights away. And Lyndon B. Johnson said it best. I'm going to read his quote directly. Because this is exactly how they did it.
I have a question for you after we read this.
I got you. This is what Lyndon B. Johnson said. And this is crazy. This is the most accurate thing. This is the most factual thing you'll ever hear me say on my platform ever. I want you all to listen. The red states have the top recipients in social benefits. Red states are the top recipients of social benefits. There's more poor white Americans in America than there's any other demographics. Red states have the highest number of welfare recipients. Right? Now that you know that, Lyndon B. Johnson said this specifically. If you can convince the lowest white man he's better than the best colored man, he won't notice you're picking his pocket. Hell, give him somebody to look down on. Immigrants, black people, the LGBTQIA plus community. Give him somebody to look down on, and he'll empty his pockets for you. Literally, for decades, almost my entire life, voting against your own interests for decades. Keep giving tax cuts to the ultra wealthy. Keep taking away benefits from the poor and middle class. Make it make fucking sense. And then complain that how you're working class people and you're just trying to get ahead. Having your pockets picked dry by ultra wealthy, bootlicking for billionaires.
So I think there's a big a misunderstanding on this the lower food and grocery cost and the price gouging. What exactly is she's gonna price gouging? Can we touch on that? I mean,
Yes, we have anti-price gouging laws in 39 states already, bro.
Right, and what is that? What is that for? Like, how do those work for the 1,600 people in here?
So the anti-price gouging laws?
Right. I mean, is it just
so most of them are like in emergent situations. Like, so if the cost of formula, like say when we had the formula shortage, right?
That's right.
Yeah, it prevents a place like Walmart or Target or not personal sales, not personal sales, like person to person. So like if somebody has an Amazon seller account, they can do it, but a corporation can't raise the price of a good so far above market value, you know what I'm saying, that it's unaffordable to the average citizen in an emergent
During a
situation.
crisis.
Yeah, during a crisis situation.
During a crisis.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But those that should always be the case, whether it's an emergent situation, whether it's a crisis or not. We should not allow corporations to price gouge.
Oh, I agree, and that should be what it is. We shouldn't just be plugging this in for during a time of crisis. It should be through
Correct.
all times.
Yeah, and so she's trying to implement that on a federal level through all times.
No, sir. It says this bill will set rules of the road to make clear that big corporations can't unfairly exploit consumers during times of crisis to run up excessive corporate profits on food and groceries.
Mm-hmm.
So during crisis, not during all times.
Yeah, those already exist in 39 states. I explained that to you. She's trying to up it to the federal level.
Yeah, I know. Right, it's going to go to the federal level, but it's still only involving crisis, not just your everyday life.
I know, I hear you. I said personally that you shouldn't be able to, corporations shouldn't be able to price gouge ever.
Absolutely. And that's what I said. I said, that's what we should be
Yeah,
going
but
towards.
if you want that, right, Tyler, cool. If you want that, right, then vote for a progressive senator in your state, a progressive House of Representatives member, so that they can implement these things, because that's going to have to go through Congress. A president can't just unilaterally make that decision.
Right, absolutely. I mean, and that's a lot of these policies have to go through, the Senate, the House. So I mean,
yeah. So if you want policies that are going to help poor and middle class, working class citizens, stop voting for conservatives.
But there has to be a balance too. I mean, you can't just have all.
Can you name a time in human history? Can you name a time in human history where conservatism has been good for progress or for people?
I can't, but you got to have a balance of the two, because
there shouldn't be parties and these ideologies at all, friend. Right? There shouldn't be.
No, I understand that, but if you can't tell me that, okay, in a perfect
Trump's last 4 years were terrible for them. Where have you guys been listening this whole time? Saying Trump's last 4 years? We've been spending the last 4 years digging ourselves out of Trump's 4 years.
Which is what happens every time a Republican.
Every time.
If you had your perfect Democratic president and they
I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Democrat. That would never happen. I wouldn't have a perfect
I'm saying if so where do you lean? I mean, you lean
far left, bro. Ultra left. I'm a communist. Regina, thank you. I appreciate you.
If you could have your perfect world where you could have whatever passed, how would your world be?
We would all have represent our own voices independently. So if we wanted any type of legislation implemented, in the nation, anybody could present said legislation. Anybody, like if you wanted something, you could present, your own legislation. And then we collectively vote on whether or not we think that would be good for society. But everybody's individual voice should matter.
Right. Okay. That's fair. I mean, and that's where we have our votes.
Mm-hmm.
I would say.
But our votes don't currently matter.
State
our votes don't currently matter. To the extent that.
Different story.
Yeah. To the extent that when we allow, right, these conservative politicians who take massive amounts of money. I'm not saying the Democrats don't, but I need you to hear me through this. Massive amounts of money from big oil. Massive amounts of money from big pharma, right? Right. Massive amounts of money from agricultural, lobbyists, right? They're controlling our health. They're controlling, our travel. They're controlling our the food that we eat, right? And the Republican Party keeps rolling back these regulations on pharmaceuticals, on the food that we eat, You know what I'm saying? On corporations being able to dump shit in our waterways and in our soil and put shit in our air. It's like, and I swear, the ones who are harmed the most, because the places that these harm the most, that this happens the most, red states. These people end up with rare forms of cancer that they don't understand. You know what I'm saying? No water, and that's what I'm saying. And you guys think that it's funny. You think it's funny.
Oh no, I mean I take it very seriously. I mean I just got a water treatment system at my house. I paid well over $8,000 for to make sure that me and my family.
Why should you have to do that just to have clean water, bro?
Why should I?
Why should you have to spend $8,000 for clean water?
Yeah, I mean I shouldn't have to, but I mean
yeah, you shouldn't have to.
Where we're at, and I don't.
We have natural springs all over this country. You know what I'm saying? At one time, you could literally just go up to a spring and drink straight out of it.
I think we actually have some of those in the city I live in still, I think. But.
So my question is why do we keep allowing these people, right, to obstruct progress and to only do things at the behest of massive corporations? I mean, Ted Cruz, Marco Rubio are literally just laying in the pockets of big insurance companies. Out here rejecting universal health care. Out here rejecting universal health care when every other industrialized nation has it. And they have longer life expectancies than we do. They have lower infant mortality, lower maternal mortality. You know what I'm saying? Better overall health outcomes. They're like all of these other countries. People are living longer, eating healthier. You know what I'm saying? Their babies aren't dying. Their wives aren't dying. And then look at these dummies. This shows just how stupid you guys are. Then move there. No, motherfucker. Why? When hey, Tyler, if your toilet stops working in your house, do you move out?
No, you don't move out. You fix it.
Thank you. If your plumbing is bad in your house, do you just say, fuck it, the sink's not working, I'm out of here?
Right.
That's what I did in my last house, but not this one. No, but seriously, I mean, it's like you just said.
I gotta say some thank yous just really quickly, bro.
And that's where
go ahead, finish your statement, and I'll say them. Go ahead.
You know, our votes aren't counting. You know, so it's not like we, the people, are still putting these people in power. So it's you know, where do we even start with that to make sure that our votes are doing what they're supposed to do? Because our votes aren't even being considered.
We need to stop putting these people back into power. We need to stop allowing them to get back into office. Do you know how many people run unopposed? Do you know how many of these people, fucking Mitch McConnell? How old is Mitch McConnell? 97?
Putting these people in power by themselves.
Why do we keep putting them in power?
Well, they're putting who they want into power. I mean, like you said, our votes aren't really.
No,
counting.
our votes aren't. No, our votes are counting because we keep voting for these same people. But our votes aren't counting in the fact that we're not getting representation because conservatives go into the House or go into the Senate and just are a party of obstruction on the behest of major corporations. We need to stop gerrymandering. We need to put in place term limits.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I would definitely agree.
Thank you, Regina. Thank you, Kimberly. Thank you, Patrice. I appreciate you all tremendously. Like, we're literally, you know what I'm saying, as a country, and that's what I'm saying. Trump supporters are running around talking about he's the only one who can fix this, and he didn't fix anything the first time.
Well, and so I'm a big believer in you're not going to see immediate impact.
Right.
It'll probably take
right.
Right.
And that's why gas prices and grocery prices and all of the things happened after he left office. Right, because you didn't see an immediate impact. It happened as he walked out the door because he made the OPEC deal in 2020. So we didn't see the impact of it until 2021, 2022.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. And what I'm saying also is, I mean, COVID certainly didn't help, so we didn't really get to see a fair...
We're still under his tax plan, which is hurting the middle class.
Yeah, I know we're under his tax plan, which is terrible. But we also won't see what the Biden and Harris administration did until a few years into the next presidency.
Yeah, well, I can tell you that the CHIPS and Science Act, unless they try to repeal it, I can tell you that, you know what I'm saying, the American Recovery Plan, I can tell you that the PACT Act, I mean, I can tell you that the infrastructure bill, all of these things are going to create worlds of opportunity for
I agree. I mean, I'm not
provided that the Republican Party does not come in and impede it. But you know, I think that they'll try, especially with Trump in office. Like, have you spent any time reading Agenda 47, my guy?
Yeah, I've read a good bit of it.
It's horrendous.
Only thing I don't like about it, it's not as detailed as Kamala's is.
Sure isn't.
He's got a lot of videos. I guess you have to listen to it.
And it's rambling. The videos are rambling. Bro, do you think that we should lock up unhoused people?
I like that he's going to try to fight against the cartels.
Bro, do you know anything about Trump's history? Thank you, David. Do you know about Kamala's history?
Yeah, I mean,
Kamala already fought the cartels as the Attorney General in California.
I've heard her talk about it.
Trump works with criminals. Trump works with criminals. Always has. You don't get things built in the state of New York. You don't get things built in the state of New York. You don't get deals done in the state of New York, especially in the 70s, without going through criminals. The unions were run by mob bosses for the most part. They said I'm glitching. Am I glitching? Am I glitching for everybody?
Yeah, you're lagging a little bit. I know I'm running behind. That's why I'm kind of talking over you sometimes, because your voice comes through later. But
hold on a second. All right, is that better, y'all?
It's still coming through late for me. Like, your voice will come through and then your mouth will move.
I don't know.
Yeah, your camera's behind.
Mr. Rogers, thank you so much. Big W, Mr. Rogers in the chat for the $100. Big W. I don't know what to do. I mean, unless I restart. I mean, like, I got, you know, the best Wi-Fi money can buy, so I don't know what to. You want me to just restart?
It's not. It's the app. I don't think it's you.
Well, I'm gonna drop down here in a minute. I mean, I just wanted to come up. I wanted to educate myself. I didn't come up here to make any formal, no points that I'm for Donald Trump and what he does. I come up here to educate myself, learn, ask questions, get other people's insight. For anyone in the comments that's like, well, are you still voting for him? I'm not. I'm educating myself. I can read on the internet all day long. I think human interaction, kind of gets me more informed. So
I hope you learned something today, bro.
Idea was communicated. Absolutely. I said absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, I hope all of my yapping was not for nothing.
No, it wasn't for nothing. You did well. But I'm gonna drop down. I appreciate it.
All right, man. Have a good one. Oh my God, man. I guess I'm just gonna restart.
No worries.
All right.
I'm done with that thing. I just gotta send the email.
Okay. Sorry. In the land of YouTube, just so you guys know, I'm sure y'all be over there losing your shit. Unless you send a super chat, I can't see your comments at all. So you're just communicating with each other. I don't see any of the things that you say unless it's a super chat. Good morning. Good morning. Hello.
The Alabama conservative. Did you request on accident?
Yes, you are, Romeo. You're just not smart enough to realize it. Probably not, Ori. And Ori looks like a brown person. Chickens voting for Popeyes is wild.
So the school store wish list is on Mr. Jones's link tree. It's like, cute. Like, have you ever had a school store when you were a kid? Like the little, poppers and like fun little toys and stuff. There's stuff for dad and mom, like pens and bracelets and like cute little keychains and stuff. If you have any
I'm Roma
suggestions
block
of
you
things
next
that
time,
you
man.
would
You just
want
got
to
a
see
bunch
put
of
on
background
that
noise and
wish
you're not
list.
even saying anything. Sorry, go ahead. I apologize. Sorry, no,
That's
Raz,
okay.
go ahead.
If there's anything that you have any suggestions, you can always DM me on Discord. Don't DM me on TikTok. DM me on Discord. If you can't find me, I don't know what to tell you. But yeah. So the it's there. It's in his link tree under support the mission. And it's just cute little things for kids to have to play with and to give to their brothers and sisters or their mom, dad, grandma, whomever. But yeah, this is an area that the kids don't have much, and I know something like this is something they look forward to every year, so that they can be able to bring something home for their family member. All right, Luke. Well, you can come up here and give us the Trump defense and his lies. We would love it.
Yeah, they keep saying
All right, don't spam the
lied.
chat, you weirdo.
Yeah, mute them.
No, you can't say nothing, because spamming the chat is just weird. We can read.
You said it's in the link tree?
It is.
The polling's wrong.
Where is it at? Shop, holiday shop? Okay, got it.
Yep. I'm hungry. Have you read Chapter 9, Section 3 of Agenda 47? Specifically, like, to tell you what is in Chapter 9, Section 3? I don't know. Oh. Do they have that's not something that they asked us for, Angela. I think that there's an organization who's going to be like doing rapping and stuff with them. Is that right, John?
There is, but they said they probably could use some help. They said they do have some to send it out, but depending on how much it is, they could possibly need some help. But we'll find out, I guess.
With supplies?
Oh, with wrapping supplies?
No,
I
you
didn't
can't
ask
send
that.
it to me, Nunya.
I didn't ask that. These aren't glass candles,
I'm not
yes?
sure what...
These aren't glass candles, right?
I don't think so, no.
Okay.
Oh, these ones here? Yeah, let me take those off.
What?
I put those on there on accident. The other ones are in tins.
Okay, got
They're
it.
like in a little tin. I put those on there on accident when I was clicking. But there's other stuff on there. Bath bombs, the little head scratchers. Man, those things are amazing. Beaded bracelets. I'm gonna keep adding more, but there's stuff on there now for people to take a look at and get started.
Yeah, I'd like to go in and add some stuff if I can get login access at some point.
Yeah, I can give you access to my Amazon. We should just.
I can't. I was about to say it can't. You can't like share the gift list or whatever. Like do like a joint like access. Grant me access to it or something.
I can.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing.
Because most of us don't watch Fox News, Matthew. That's why.
I'm hungry. Courtney. Trump. I feel like women Trump supporters are the worst. Like, not to say that I understand why men support Trump, because it's just fucking wild to me either way. But women Trump supporters are the absolute worst.
Yeah. It is strange.
Yeah, I don't get it. Literally the worst. Oh, we don't say that though.
What? What did I say?
Not you. Gaelic queer den. That's offensive to indigenous cultures.
Yeah, that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't understand how the government operates at all.
Hi, my friend.
What's that, bro?
1 second, please. Look.
Okay. You firmly believe Brett wants VP Harris and Gov Walz to win. He knows. What? I don't even know what the hell that means.
I'm about to play this video Bone just sent me.
Registrado republicano, pero en este momento me encuentro indeciso. am a registered Republican, but at this time I am undecided.
Durante la campaña se han utilizado muchas teorías de conspiración.
During the campaign, there has been some conspiracy theories in use.
Le doy un ejemplo, si me permite.
If you allow me, I would like to give an example of it.
Las autoridades de Springfield, Ohio, han aclarado una y otra vez que los haitianos no se están comiendo los perros ni los gatos de sus gentes.
The authorities in Springfield, Ohio, have more than one time clarified that the Haitians are not eating their cats and their dogs.
Sin embargo, usted les quiere revocar su permiso que tienen para residir legalmente en este país.
Nonetheless, you want to revoke the permit they have to legally reside in this country.
Mi pregunta con todo respeto es si usted verdaderamente cree que estas personas se comen las mascotas de la gente.
My question to you very respectfully is, do you really believe that these people are eating the people's pets?
Hey guys, let's make sure we're tapping the screen, y'all.
This was
Protecting
just
live.
reported. I was just saying what was reported. That's been reported, and eating other things too that they're not supposed to be. But this is all I do is report. I have not. I was there. I'm going to be there, and we're going to take a look, and I'll give you a full report when I do. But that's been in the newspapers and reported pretty broadly. I will say this as far as Springfield is concerned, because I do know that situation. You have a city of 52,000 people, and they've added almost 30,000 migrants into the city. If you were a person that lived there, if you lived in Springfield, Ohio, and all of a sudden you couldn't get into a hospital, you couldn't get your children into a school, you wouldn't be able to buy groceries, you could no longer pay the rent because the government's paying rent. Any of that, if any of that happened, it would be a disaster for you, and you wouldn't be happy. We want to make our people safe and secure, and we want to make them happy. But Springfield, Ohio is a perfect example. You have a town, a beautiful little town with no problems. All of a sudden, they have 30 or 32,000 people dropped into the town, most of whom don't speak the language, most of whom don't speak the language at all. And what they're doing is they're looking all over for interpreters. Well, I mean, I think you can't just destroy our country. It's maybe some people disagree with me, but you can't put in a very short period of time 32,000 people into a 50,000 people town and
I know,
expect
Carol.
things to go well. It's a disaster. It's a total disaster. And the people that live there are, you know, they want to leave, they want to move, because if you read about it or talk to them, people want to move, they want to leave because they've never had anything like this. And we can't let that happen to our towns and our cities and our country. Just can't let it happen. It's not sustainable. I appreciate the question. Thank you. I hope you vote for a Republican.
Everything he said in that video was a lie. Every single thing he said was a lie. They came to Springfield while he was in office in 2018, and they were invited there. Every single thing that he just said was a lie. He can never admit to being wrong. His father taught him that, as a matter of fact. He said so in a book. They revitalized that community. And this is who people want to vote for. Roy Cohn taught him that. Rob R. Jackson, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what information you're asking me for. Who's the person not speaking in the stream? No, Raz. I guess they're upset that you weren't talking.
I'm sorry. Hi, how are you? What would you like me to talk to you about? I feel like Mr.
you too
Jones
busy
is
working?
doing a great job over there. I'm working. I'm working on community stuff, guys. All the things that Tough Fam does is what I'm working on right now. Got a lot of things to do. A lot of hateful people in this country. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I think that we're going to be able to count on, you know, our immigrant population, the ones that are here with legal standing now. I think we're going to be able to count on women. I think we're going to be able to count on the youth coming out in droves, coming out in full force to stop fascism.
I hope so.
To stop fascism. Okay, thank you, Debbie. Yeah, the native vote. You're voting today in Georgia. Good. Yeah, I mean, immigrants, especially in Arizona and stuff like that, they saved the election in 2020. What would I say to the people that are still voting for Jill Stein? Just more. I mean, they're no more educated, you know what I'm saying, or serious than Trump voters. Like, I can't take them seriously at all. I really can't. I can't take them seriously at all. I really can't.
Nope.
Somebody said, how do you feel when Elon Musk says Harris is bringing in immigrants to gain more votes? I mean, just more lies. That's all they do. Elon is trying to protect himself from a federal indictment. That's why he's cozied up with Trump. He's trying to protect himself from a federal indictment, from fraudulently using what are those things called? The credits. Why can't I think of them?
Bitcoin?
No.
The crypto?
No. I mean, he was using it for crypto purposes to purchase crypto, and he did illegal things on X to sway the crypto market. But no, they get hold on, I'll tell you in just a second. They're called carbon credits.
Oh.
How Tesla made great profits from regulatory credits. In 2022 alone, they got 251 million. Jesus Christ. So Tesla has been selling their car, or trading, but selling essentially their carbon credits to other manufacturers like Fiat Chrysler. They made $66.8 billion. or Fiat spent $2.4 billion, or the net trade is $66.8 billion on buying carbon credits from Tesla. So Tesla's making essentially more money off of selling carbon credits to other automakers than they have in profit from selling vehicles. So he's living off of government subsidies, essentially selling food stamps.
Crazy.
That's nuts, y'all. Bro out here selling food stamps. And they don't, and that's the thing. We don't do nothing about it. Carbon credits. Carbon, C-A-R-B-O-N, carbon credits. I swear, man. Like these super oh, thanks, Jeff. These super wealthy people are literally just I don't know how this happened. I really don't. I don't know how this happened. I don't know how the Republican Party or the conservatives went from hating, you know what I'm saying, the ultra wealthy and the rich elites, you know what I'm saying, to caping for them.
No idea. I think like it's just hatred is what it is. Like they say the shit that they feel inside that they used to not want to say
Started
out loud.
with Reagan, yeah. Started with Reagan. And y'all keep making them y'all keep making them richer. To your own detriment. To your own damn detriment. Keep giving them more of your hard-earned money, more of your physical labor. And they tell you it's the immigrants' fault. Exactly that. That you're not succeeding. Yeah, there's never been a grifter like Trump. Never once.
Yeah, he's something special.
And historians literally have him rated as like in the bottom 5 of worst presidents of all time, based on his policies and what he actually was in legislation that he was actually able to get through. And people are like, "Yep, let's do it again."
I want some more
Gold
of
toilets
that.
and gold sinks. He has the lowest reading level of any president ever.
As Asians. That's what he called people from Arizona. I guess they don't want to come talk to us now.
I know. One of the worst presidents of all time is related to me. He's number
Really?
9. Zachary Taylor. First one is James
I
Buchanan.
didn't know that.
Yeah, Zachary Taylor. His vice president was Millard Fillmore. But he died in office. Zachary Taylor did. 4th of July holiday. He was celebrating it, got sick, and died in office. Born November 24th, 1784, died July 9th, 1850. He was in office from March 4th, 1849 until July 9th, 1850. He was only in office for like a year. Number 8, Herbert Hoover. Then Millard Fillmore. He became president because Zachary Taylor died. He backed the Compromise of 1850 that delayed the Southern succession by allowing slavery to spread. John Tyler, number 7. Warren G. Harding, number 6. William Henry Harrison, 5. Franklin Pierce, 4. Number 3, Donald Jimothy Trump. Trump is the only living president among the 10 worst presidents, the only president to be impeached twice, the only president to be convicted of a felony, despite the swirling legal troubles around him, including criminal charges surrounding his effort to overturn the 2020 election results and the felony conviction tied to his 2016 campaign. Trump is running again in 2024 and could become just the second president ever to serve non-conservative terms in the White House if he wins. Literally is in the top 3 worst presidents of all time. Number 2 is Andrew Johnson. And number 1 is James Buchanan. Top 3 worst presidents of all time. That's crazy.
Is it though? Because I don't really feel like it is. I said, is it though?
And that's not, and it's on more than one list.
It's
Yes.
on more than one list.
He's numbered. So on this one, Andrew Johnson is number 1. James Buchanan is number 2. Donald Trump is number 3. They said he weakened the presidential office more than any president in history.
Why would any business owner rehire an employee who's been fired for shady shit? Facts, Sony. Facts. Like,
Since 2018, he's consistently ranked among the bottom 4 across all presidential historians. Since 2018, while he was still in office, he's always ranked amongst the bottom 4 in the worst presidents in American history.
I feel like he's trying to get number 1. He's going for number 1.
What were Trump's approval ratings? I don't have any idea. I never really looked. But this isn't based on, you know what I'm saying, approval ratings. This is based on what they were actually able to accomplish as a president. His average approval rating was 41. Which was the lowest, was lower than for any of his predecessors in the entirety of the time that Gallup has polled this.
What? That's crazy.
He had the lowest approval
Holy
rating of
shit.
any president since they started tracking it.
Wow. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy.
And they're like, let's do it again.
We want more of this. Yes.
Like, what? Hey, guys, there's 852 people in here. Let's tap that screen. We should be at like 200,000-300,000 likes. I know it's been laggy and it's been tough, and we haven't had a lot of. Is the lag gone at least?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. That it is.
Because they think that he gave them a stimulus check. Black men are the weakest link, unfortunately. They think that Donald Trump specifically gave them a stimulus check. Because his name was on it. They think that he wrote them a check directly.
So weird. The guy has consistently said, like, he don't give a fuck about anybody but himself. Like, he said the quiet part out loud.
Yeah, Nancy Pelosi and the Senate, including Kamala Harris, gave them that stimulus check. The United States Senate gave them that stimulus check. Yeah, Trump refused to give out the checks unless his name was on it.
Which held them up, by the way. He had to have his weird signature that doesn't actually even sign anything. It's just scribbles.
It's a damn shame, man. So we only got 200 left in our daily goal. Let's tap the screen. I don't know if I got to restart again or what the deal is. I mean, it's only 10:52. Normally we have like nearly 3,000 people in here at this time of day.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. $20.48.
Denied FEMA help. Held up the stimulus checks. It's a full moon.
Is it?
I have no idea. I don't track that stuff.
I don't either. The FYP just ended your live. I had pics. Nikki Mouse just messaged me and said, even though we're still live, the FYP is showing it as ended. Hold on. Let me go back into my messages from my phone. I see you, Nikki. Hold on. It would help if I wasn't on my backup account. Okay, so Nikki said, even though you're still live, the FYP just ended your live. I have pics. I can email or send them on IG. There's a lot of glitches this morning, which makes sense for you lagging, for there only being 800 people in here, for there being no ops at all.
Olga, thank you so much for the $15. I appreciate you. I'm gonna see if there's an update or something.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll restart one more time. I might
Okay.
restart YouTube too.